闭上眼睛做个好梦吧，神州的守护者。
準備はいい？リリア。ノッカガール出撃。後ろは任せたわリリア。問題ないよロザリア。今リリア。ロザリアパフォーマンス開始よ。ウォッカガール、今日の公演大成功。若ロザリア、寝言は寝てからにして。ロザリアみたいなのチャプター1すら生き残れない。
Alright. Let's go ahead and get this show on the road. Hello everyone and welcome to another iPie stream. And you another Quickie. This time have very special game, something I've wanted to really do for a while. Some folks might remember this. Like I played this game for a little bit during a test stream a long time ago, and we are. Go ahead, double check the audio's good on. The audio too loud here? Okay, I think the audio's fine. So we're coming at you with a quick look of Honkai Impact 3rd. Probably the best Chinese game on the market, because the game is Chinese, not Japanese, I learned that. It's also free to play. It's on mobile. It's probably the only mobile game I would say is worth your goddamn time. And so, things should be smooth. If the damn thing isn't frozen on me. Let me restart this screen thing real quick. Give me one moment here. So, I managed to, and let's see, I might have had it idle for a little bit too long. There, that works.
你是不是忘记给我下达任务指令了？
That's off, because I'm still going to be running this from off of the phone. And I think we're good. Okay, we're good. Okay, good. So, this is one part waifu collector. I'm gonna go into the waifu collection part, because there's a lot of girls here. And all the characters are girls, even if Fuhua kind of looks like a dude a little bit. So it's one part waifu collector, because it's all gacha based. But before I go and show off the rest of the, give a little taste of that. You know, I'm good about giving a little taste of the thing everyone wants. But it's also mostly like a character action game, and it's a very well done character action game for a mobile game. Not do that. I'm just gonna hop into something that's not terribly story related. I'll jump into the current event going on just so I can show off the gameplay. Did this reset? We're skipping that. Okay, so it's got a lot of anime, as you can tell. Let's see. I'll jump into just attack, show off some of the gameplay, because it is a little more bite-sized because of the mobile factor. Hello, Leinen. Lots of anime, that's right. And jumping into this because it is very much an easy mission, so I'll be able to kind of show off a lot more. Like, just right off the bat, this game is very pretty, and so I'm screen mirroring from the phone to my recording PC. So the 60 Hz frame rate doesn't necessarily transfer as well to what's on screen, but running it natively on the phone, it runs at a very good pace. So it's an action game. You bring in 3 characters, between 1 and 3. Some missions call for only 1 character. And you run in, you beat the fuck out of stuff. You gotta dodge. There's a surprising amount of timing reliance with like, when you dodge, the different attacks. Switching at the right moments, because, like, they call them quick time attacks. But it's kind of thing like, oh, when, say, one character debuffs an enemy, you can bring in the other character and they'll do a special attack when coming in that they wouldn't do if you just swap them in normally. And so it's got a really an interesting level of strategy to it. There's also, like, they all have their ultimate attacks, like this one here summons the big bird out of the sky, comes in, does damage. It's, for a mobile game, it's surprisingly deep and engaging. Different characters have different mechanics, like this one here, Target Knight. So after every few combo strings, she'll like mark enemies with, I think they call it hypothermia, because her whole thing is like ice. Stack up enough hypothermia, and you can use like a charged attack to just freeze them in place. So it's like a mixture of CC, and also she'll do a little bit more damage each time. And of course, you get to see a little bit more of the graphics there. All the characters, especially for a mobile game, are extremely well detailed. So that's a little bit of the gameplay. I showed that in... They have events running, you know how mobile games are. Or not mobile, but like free-to-play games, they have events going on. And it's got a lot of your usual tropes for... like, the mobile and free-to-play games. Like, there's daily quests, and since it is a free-to-play game, there is a paid currency, and I feel like I should go into this, like, in the front, because, like... So, I haven't spent any money on this game, and I've been playing it for over a year, and I've got a pretty good selection of characters. But if we go... Where is it? Top up, there it is. Like, these are kind of the prices. They're... I want to say they're a little bit unreasonable, but I found that they actually toss a ton... They toss enough of these crystals at you, not just through dailies. They also have... Like, it's not open now. These multiplayer events where if you do... Where's my... Like, there's performance events that you can do to earn more crystals without having to really go in and out of it. And it's a waifu game, and I say that specifically because, like, it's a gacha game. You roll the dice, and you have chances of getting the different waifus, and there's like a few characters, but they have different suits, battle suits. They have like different battle suits, so like one character that I have all the different current forms of. Rita Ross Weiss, who is one of the newer characters they added. It's a maid, so they know their audience, they know their fetish. So like this one's a psychic type, and she does a lot more burst damage. But she also hurts herself sometimes when she's doing it, but she has lifesteal in the process. Target Knight, who despite being only single S as opposed to double S, because I've spent more time leveling, like, this one is easier to level up. Like, she starts off at a higher level, she's more powerful. Same general kind of aesthetic, but the outfit's different, and also... This one over here, which is more of a mecha style. Like, her ultimate thing is that she summons, like, a mechanical, I want to say wolf, and she does a lot more electric damage. And also the different characters.
舰长大人。
If you have the money, one of the things you can spend money on. There are different costumes. Newer characters have less costumes because they haven't been made yet. Older characters might have more costumes. Some of the costumes are like event sealed. It's pretty standard stuff so far. The thing that makes this game interesting is that it actually plays really well. And so there's a lot of story here because the game's been running for a little while. And I finally got caught up on the story all the way to Chapter X's current. I wouldn't say it necessarily starts off the most interesting. I think it probably starts to really pick up. The story gets interesting, I think, around Chapter 5 here. This one, Tundra Reunion. So, I'll do a couple of early game missions. And I say a couple because they're going to be really easy. And they did just kind of redo the story bits here and there. So we'll start from the beginning. Early on, they let you to free pick any characters that you really want. Although you start with, I think, 3 specific. You start with this White Comet. So I'm going to put in Kiana, who's kind of the main character of the story mode itself. Also kind of my least favorite character. Raiden Mei. That's not the starting version, but that's probably the strongest version of her that I have. And another character that I'm not necessarily a fan of, but I know a lot of people like her because she has some interesting support skills. Rania Saichi, who becomes a lot more important really later on in the story anyhow. I mean, they all have their important roles. And then of course they have here Fu Hua, who is a rare that I just recently acquired. Yeah, we're going in. And I'm taking a PAL. Actually, I won't show off the friend system yet. Yeah, I did do a stream of this a long time ago. This time I'm playing it native off my phone and just screen mirroring. Which is why... Ah, fuck. Let me get this. Okay, there we go. We lost connection for a moment. It's why little things might happen because I'm screen mirroring my phone this time. But it runs... Something about the way it runs off the phone is still good. Like, still the best way in terms of playing it. Even if the watching experience might be... It's a little stuttery now, you can tell. And we'll just jump between a few stages. So they can show off, like, their story bits. They have cutscenes, some are fully 3D, some are just 2D with low motion here and there. So, I like the Fu Hua characters because a lot of her, like, gimmick, and I'm using a special costume in this. This isn't her default. It was an event-related costume. So her thing is she has multiple different combo strings based off of hitting the basic attack button mixed with the, like, what would be her ultimate button. And you can start it differently. And she deals a lot of fire damage. She's like a natural fire type. So she's not like the highest damage dealer, but she's good at countering ice types. And I gotta stop looking at my laptop monitor because it is behind where I actually am in the game. There we go. And so depending on the strings you put with her, like, she's probably one of the more in-depth characters in terms of having the most amount of moves available. different characters have like their own tweaks. Like Himiko, who is probably my favorite character. I'll show her off a little bit later on, because there's some levels that focus around her specifically. Like, a lot of her gameplay is about, like, charging up, like, very powerful attacks. And I gotta say, for a... like, there's a lot of spectacle, and I think they're doing a lot with graphics that you don't see out of, like, a lot of other free-to-play games. Especially on mobile. And this is a game that's been running for, well, to be fair, they redid this first chapter a while ago. And it all seems like it might be really easy. It's because I'm using some much higher level characters at the moment. The other thing, and I think this is specifically in the American version, not everything's voice acted. Everything's translated, and here and there some of the translations are a little fucked. Get the rewards. There's a lot of... I will say this game does have a lot of grinding to it. Back out. Check a little bit further ahead. So for like the first roughly 5 chapters, they let you kind of pick. And there's a lot of, like, there's a lot of content here. Sometimes they have little weird, like, things related to the story going on. So the thing they start doing, and I'll use... this is a good chapter. I'll use... this is probably... no. Well, I'll show off a boss fight later, but I'll show something fairly inconspicuous from here. So they start doing, like, more character-focused stories. So I can't add new characters, but it lets you play as, like... it says trial character, because the character is, like, it's a souped-up version. So they kind of take the responsibility a little bit out of your hands for having to have, like, characters that fit the situation. Because they start focusing a little bit more on telling a narrative, which is something I think is greatly appreciated. Alright, I'm not going to show this mission, because... so sometimes they do something like this. So it's a shooter now, for some reason. I'll play through this and jump to the next one. Except, no, I forgot, this one's hard. This one they pull a fucking, fuck, what's that game? With the polarity. Fuck. It's... damn it. Okay. I'm giving up, because this mission I still have trouble with. Fuck, what's that shooter game? Anyhow, they actually have more than just the beat 'em up. We'll jump into the next one. Okay, let me jump a little right here. It's close to the end of this chapter because this one's a shorter one. But I'm pretty sure this one's back to the ground combat. So, like, Himiko this time, her big thing is, like, timing the different attacks. And she'll start doing, like, passive electric damage with her slings. This is the best phone game. This is probably the only mobile game I would recommend. Don't get Elder Scrolls Blades. Get this instead. Her ultimate, when you have enough energy, you pop it. Just fucking energy everywhere. There's another character, or another super pouvoir, where literally The special ability is to aura, 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 aura.
深刻的教训吧。
I'll see if I can draw up that mission next, actually. And they start going a lot more from just doing still cutscenes to like full cutscenes. I think because somewhere halfway into the company's lifespan, they got an anime studio formed. The game has multiple language options from like different texts, including English, as far as like
我看好你哦，舰长。
as far as audio, they only have two that I've noticed: Japanese and English, or not Japanese and English, Japanese and Chinese. I'm sticking with the Chinese because this
没完没了了。胡
this
闹也该
game
有
is
限度。
a Chinese game, not a Japanese
你最好
game.
能想出控制这个
Although
局
I
面的
think
办法。
most of what we get is coming out of the Japanese version, not the
您要
Chinese
的办法已
version.
经到了，妻子小姐。
But I like hearing the original VO. Even though there's kind of a weird disconnect, all the cutscenes still have Japanese voices, even if they have it set to Chinese.
活动开筋骨的感觉还不错嘛。
And I think we'll get cutscene after this. Oh no. I think it's the next mission that leads into cutscene stuff. But I don't want to really spoil too much of the story. But what I will do is there's one here where it lets you play as. Okay, yeah. So I don't have this form of Fu Hua unlocked. But I think she's cool
移形就位，
because when you ultimate,
奥托主教，我已
they
经
have
抵达
codec
总部，
calls.
请指示。嗯，没有回答，怎么回事？
And there you can hear the Chinese voice acting there.
福华大人，我是丽塔，主教已经进入了实验室，他命令我来接应您。我向您发送了位置信号，请来这里与我会合。
I just want to show this character off because she ora 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 oras. The music, I'm actually very surprised by how... And there's kind of a quality difference between when it starts off at the beginning of the game and like the stuff that's like a year into like the game's life cycle. But there's a lot of surprisingly good audio production in this.
清扫战场。
Okay, now we can ora ora ora. Wait, wrong move. Find more enemies.
不足挂齿。
There we go. Ora 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 ora. She doesn't say it though, but she has the 100 fist or whatever move while in
这里全是
ultimate
崩坏手
form.
天哪，他们都是被你呼唤来的吗？
There's a lot of good style to it. And once they start rolling, like... Once they start focusing on the story a lot more, I think, like... For me, it was around chapter 5 that I started to become hooked in the story, so to say. It's actually quite... It's pretty anime, I'll say that much. With, like... aliens, these Honkai beasts, aliens that want to destroy the universe. It's almost Evangelion in a sense, like inspired, where they're like, doing experiments on these girls to try and make them more combat capable to fight the Honkai. It feels like it does take a lot of inspiration from Evangelion in that sense, but I think they do enough of their own thing with it that it doesn't feel too terribly derivative.
谨慎行事。
あらあら、困りましたね。デュランダル様は綺麗好きですからね。
And here we have
ち
a
ゃんとお
character that's
掃除を
perfect
しません
for
とね。
ESS's resident maid, Katarina. Greater Ross Wise.
リタさん。
お帰りなさいませ、深様。審判型崩壊獣の討伐お疲れ様でした。お茶でもいかがです？
And then you can see those are Japanese or Chinese symbols, not
再休
Japanese
息一会儿
ones.
吗？为什么只有你在这里？你的队长幽兰戴尔呢？
幽兰戴尔大人已经受命带领部队出发，讨伐入侵总部的崩坏兽了。
真难得，他竟然没有带上你。
虽然我也很关心幽兰戴尔大人的状况，
There's a
但
lot
这
of
次
stuff
情况
here.
特殊，主教命
It's
令
getting
我
over
在
a lot
这里
of
恭
people
候
said
您，
if they haven't played this
并
up to
协助
this
您
point.
一同完成任务。
It
没有
makes
必
more
要。
sense if you play through the story though. But I wanted to show like kind
这
of
是我的本职工作，父皇大人，
a
希望您
sample
能谅解
of。like the quality difference from early game to
好
now.
吧，是什么任
Because I
务？
think they start to hit a
极
very
东
good
支部
quality
的德丽莎
stride
大人带领逆商部队
coming
占
into
领
more
了第三
present
空
time
港。
stuff they've been doing.
主教希望我们能去让他
明白了。不过我有个条件，不许伤害他们的性命。
请放心，主教也不希望德丽莎大
那就出发吧。
能够协助您是我的荣幸，父皇大人。
Especially when they start varying up the quests and it's not all just like killing
不
things,
许
they're
伤
like,
害他们嘛，
you know, more character
在
interactions
战
like
场
this.
上抱有多余的情感，
And of course you get the materials
已经完成。
afterwards. Cause, and I'm gonna dive into the next bit here. Probably, I want to say the more frustrating part of this entire package, that is Honkai Impact 3rd. So, okay, that's fine. There's a lot of collectibles, and thus there is a lot of grinding. So you'll be replaying, if not replaying missions, you'll be doing a lot of activities to try and gain more materials, which these are all like materials used for upgrading Valkyries and the different weapons. And you can see all the weapons have like star ratings. Let's take one that's not fully upgraded, like this one. I'm not gonna upgrade it, but like, you spend gold, you spend materials, you gotta spend time collecting all of it. And so there's a fair amount of grinding to do that. The other thing, you notice there's like an hourglass sand thing here. And that's because this is one of those games that has a stamina kind of limiter. And I haven't... So I got mixed feelings on it, because a lot of the time I feel like it's a reasonable stamina thing that they have. But part of that is because there's a base... Okay, so I'll start with the base building. There is a... Actually, I'm starting with the wrong one, because it's in the dorms, actually. So there are ways to raise the stamina cap. One of these things are, in this area, there's a vending machine that could stock extra stamina for you. And I haven't gotten too much into this area, but... So you could build a waifu house. And you can see all the cute little waifus running around. You talk to them, you can even, you know, take control. You can control a little fufua here. Run around. Make her jump up and down. You can... There it is. Edit. Norm. I want to actually put down stuff. Oh, that edit. There we go. So there's like a house sim thing. Get furniture, put it around places. I haven't really been fucking around too much with this mode. Put like a wardrobe down if I wanted to. I think... So, I put some more stuff here, and there's like little interactions, I guess they're like dormitory versions. Because they kind of have little different stories from the main game in this. see, they're talking to each other. So you can have like a collectibles thing here with building this stuff, and then if I head back to the other room, you get some actual functional upgrades out of this. Like I said, like this extra thing for stamina. Like I have over here, because my Phoenix isn't leveled up very high yet. You could put like Valkyries to train, gain more skill points to level up, other stuff. This goes paired with, there's a full-on base building thing, and this also kind of is, you get a lot of good stuff from it, but it is still a grind. Like if I go over here to the hub, this hub has things like it allows you to have a higher cap of skill points for fleshing out the skill trees of like the different Valkyries, and also it increases the amount of friends you have. But like if we see here, upgrading it will take 20 hours, and it costs some resources, and if you wanted to, you could pay to advance the timer, very Warframe style, if you wanted to. Let's see, so this one, leveling this one up, it started at like 2 days, now it's down to a day and 16. If I wanted to finish it now, we're looking at like roughly $2 worth of crystals. I mean, they gotta make their money somehow, I guess. But it does feel a bit like a grind sometimes, especially when we're looking at this facility here, where you can use it to kind of passively generate materials, as well as get like character upgrade parts. But it's there, and it is technically something to do, and something that you can keep passive even when your stamina does run out. Something. Oh, these are all complete. Like there, I got 3 parts to upgrade Fuha's Knight Squire battle garment. I won't go through that. And of course, through doing that, get the dailies. So like I said, I think the amount of crystals they give you passively, or not passively, it's active, but like without having to pay for it is reasonable. Because just doing dailies, you'll get, at each milestone, you'll get 5 crystals. So you can earn like 25 a day minimum. They have events going on with a lot of like event challenges and stuff. Sometimes you'll get extra crystals out of this. None of these are crystals, but you also sometimes just get free stamina out of it too. Like a stamina potion will add 40 stamina back so you can play longer. Usually I find myself with the amount of stamina that I have, which I think is the standard amount, or it might be a little bit more. I'm trying to remember. Like, I can usually get a good 3-hour play session out of this game, which almost feels like too much in, like, my lifestyle. But I think, depending on how addicted you get, if you have addiction issues, it could be too little. Hi Tentacles, and welcome to the middle of this, quick look of the 3rd impact of Honkai. I was gonna go back. I also think it's fair once you get to, like, higher levels, because they do have, like, it's Direct C, which I can't bring up. So, okay, there it is. Let me see. I want to see. Yeah, so, like, if you're in... This is a multiplayer competition. I can't activate it now because it's still being prepared. Add it up. Come on. Okay, so, like, depending on your rating, you get crystals out of it. So, like, staying in, I think it's the top 10 of the group, you get 600 crystals out of it, which is, that's what, 600 is $10 worth, I think? Yeah, 600, that's like just short of $10 worth of crystals. And that's like a thing that runs every, I think, 4 days. It's something like twice a week. So you can still make this game really well as a free player. You just kind of have to work a little bit harder at it, which I guess is fair. Yeah, it's a free-to-play Tentacles. It's got microtransactions. Which, it's an Android game. Well, I say Android. It's Android and iOS. So, it's expected. The other thing, if I head back to, like... I'm gonna choose a random chapter that I have. So, like, you see there's, like, the 3 medal rating that every mobile game has. Each one of these medals is like a challenge. They all say cleared here, because I've cleared them all. I switch to... Well, anyhow, you get... I think it's 5 crystals for each one of those you complete. Although you can only do it once. And you also get crystals for getting, like, a full set of medals per group of stages. So, it doesn't seem unreasonable. I've been playing this for a year, and I haven't spent a single cent on it, and I have... Granted, not the best selection of weapons for the characters, but I have a large selection of characters. Not all of them are leveled up. That's true. Okay, I still have one here, and it's the Fu Hua. She's only level 1, and she's only... This one's even worse, because she's only rank B. Granted, I'm not a big fan of Himiko's Battlestorm outfit. The thing is, there's still a lot, and there's a lot of characters that can be... that I still have yet to unlock. Some of them... So usually, if I... Let's hover over this. You can get, like... you know, it'll tell you where you can pick up the parts to unlock the character with. War Treasury, that's an event-related store. Like a weekly event thing. There's some characters here, like this one, that I've wanted for a while. I would say the only good version of Kiana. That depends on how you feel about Kiana, though. Like, you can only get her out of the gacha, which I'm actually about to go into. So most of the stuff you'll unlock will be out of loot boxes. This is very much a game with loot boxes. They do, because it's a China first game, it's a game that came out of China, they do very much, they're upfront with their odds. Like, you can see what comes out, and here they have, you know, weapon drop rate, 4.69. You know, they have the percentages, and that's... It's a game that comes out of China, so they have to do that for legality. Over there are ways you can get free tickets to, you know, instead of having to pay a crystal, you use a ticket. And they also have, like, what I usually do. They have event loot boxes where you can get, like, you know, an event-specific, Valkyrie or weapon. Not, like, limited time event specific, but, like, every so often they'll rotate, oh, we're having a Himiko event, like this one, so you can get a couple of, you know, rare Himiko, Valkyrie suits. Like this one, it bounces between Vermilion Knight, and you can see the stats here. This is one I've been chasing for a while. Himiko's my favorite character. And also Blood Rose, who's also a good one, but I'm not as familiar with the Blood Rose stats. And, you know, they even say, you know, after, usually it's 100, sometimes it's like 80 or 90. you'll be guaranteed a specific, if not rank of Valkyrie, a specific Valkyrie. The fact that they surface all of the information, I think makes this fair in a way that something like the EA loot boxes, that the Activision loot boxes aren't. And the fact that it's free to start, you know, it's not like you're paying $60 and then the loot boxes are there on top of it, also helps make it fair. It's not my favorite system, but it's something, at least me personally, have been okay with because of everything else around it. Oh! What's this? Super deal, trying to get tensor crystals, special outfit coupons, and even the outfit no one should miss. Shrine prayer drops. So I kind of really want that Maida Celestia outfit. So wait, it didn't say. Yeah, it drops one prayer slip. Absence for shrine prayer slips. Expire when the event ends. Okay, well, this one uses special coupons, it looks like. So you can see where it says inventory and it has the 10 coupons. The coupon image matches up. So they do this sometimes too, where they'll have the loot boxes, but it's not aid money. It's not crystal related. It's other thing. Since I have 10 in my inventory, I'm gonna go ahead and, you know, they have a really good, well, it's not, they have an opening animation that I think is pretty standard, but I'm okay with it. We've got materials, free crystals, another prayer slip, another prayer slip, asterite, which is, so it's another currency, but it's a currency you get from open world, which I'll show off in a little bit. Special outfit coupons. That's the, you'll get most of the cool costumes using special outfit coupons. But in most cases, you gotta buy the coupons. There's nothing too interesting. But you see, I got 2 crystals back, or 2 coupons, so you can see where the loot comes from here. And I'm gonna keep spending these coupons. And then, in most cases, you can get the coupons either from an event or something else. I'm out of coupons there, so nothing. Just for shits and giggles at the end of this quickie, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna see what comes out of if I do a 10 drop here. And of course, they just hadn't, you know, I prayed at least once, I can claim, get little rewards. Well, the outfits, I think, are very well done in this game. I don't know what material. Okay, so there is also, and it doesn't unlock until later on, once you've leveled up some. There's an open world segment, and you can take on quests here. There are 2 open worlds. You can do basically 1 open world a week. They have different drops. Usually the common drop between them are, I forget what these things are called. Ancient Willpower, which can be used in one of the shops to unlock some rarer Valkyries. And also this Asterite, which is another thing used in the shops for not just Valkyries, but also like weapon components and stuff. There's also usually a specific open world related Valkyrie or 2. So this one has Yaesakura, Inshin Miko, who I already have unlocked. She's actually one of my highest ranked, not necessarily my strongest. And this one also has Luna Kindred for Teresa Apocalypse. I'm just gonna bump into the later game one. You can usually choose about 5 per reset. Usually there's 15 in a week. I'm just gonna choose one and go for it. I'm not gonna choose all of them because they do drain a little bit of stamina. Let's go. And so this is more, it's a free roam. It's not like a fully open world. But it's more open than the like mission to mission stuff that's in the main story.
多谢您的信任。老板你来了，爱酱等你好久啦。
All the stuff that happens in the open world are like it's side story stuff. I don't think it all, or at least it doesn't seem like it all ties back to the main story so much. Just kind of more fleshing out the world. And enemies will just be roaming around.
这么弱的敌人，怎么可能赢得了我？这些东西，爱酱就不客气的收下喽。
There's like farming points. Like you can see there's a box here.
爱酱收下。
There's a box here. Let me collect the dip. There we go. I can collect that and get like Asterite and Mithril. Use in the shop.
危机还未解除，
That stuff usually resets once a week, so you know there's ways of getting materials and shit for free. You don't have to pay for everything. Usually paying is just like the fastest way and some of the rarest stuff. Here I found the mission, getting my ass kicked. And then I'm not getting my ass kicked because I'm actually brutally overpowered right now. And yeah, there is there's a side story component, so there are story-related quests. I just happen to finish them all by now, so I can't really show those off. You know, more interactions with the different characters of the game. And it's something, so taking the quests do cost stamina, just running around fighting shit, so if you want to just like kill time and kill random stuff, maybe you don't care about progress so much, you can always just hop in the open world and fuck around. Although, like I said, you won't get progress, and fighting in the open world doesn't like, you don't get experience from it. You get experience from the quests completed, not necessarily the fights fought.
危机还未解除，
Which, I know that's what
不要担心，
a lot of,
我会保护你。
like, there's a subset of RPGs that do it that way. So it's not the worst thing, and I think it is mainly to keep things balanced, because, like I say balanced, there is a multiplayer component to this game, although I think it's mostly co-op. I don't think there's any direct PvP, at least I haven't stumbled upon it yet. I don't know, maybe that unlocks at the maximum level.
冰霜的主人，
Oh fuck, I've already... I'm gonna hop out of here, complete that one mission. So there are raids. There are... challenges. Oh, there it is. There are raids. They're co-op. Some of the... I would say the most powerful weapons come out of the raids. But the stuff to upgrade them to be that powerful also comes out of the raids. I don't think I'll show off the raid specifically. There's a co-op raid, there's a team raid. I think the team raid has a level of competition, but I don't think it's like direct competition. I think it's like so you can get the highest score who can get through faster. But Firaxi is also like who can have the highest score running through a dungeon. Trying to think. I'll show off a quick bit of like, oh, this is what PvP looks like, because we could do, it's an event thing, it gets you leveling like experience materials, stuff you cash in for experience. We've already got a match, and you can see different Valkyries. Each person, you know, each character here is controlled by a separate person. I'm the one in the middle, obviously. I'm gonna just bring in my strongest. I like the look of the lobby because it's like an airdrop ship. I feel like I'm about to Metal Gear Solid 3 into some shit. And I'm playing with Wi-Fi right now. I'm also streaming right now, so my Wi-Fi is probably really strange. But I haven't had any real big issues with connectivity. Like, it's always seemed pretty stable. I haven't noticed much in the way of disconnects or much in the way of lag in my, like, year of playing. The only... Like, I've even played a couple of times co-op with just mobile internet, not even Wi-Fi, and it still seemed fine there. I mean, that's personal anecdotes, though. Mileage may vary depending on connectivity in your area. And so that's like an example of how the co-op works. There are longer levels that have co-op. Usually the raids have longer missions, and sometimes really varied missions. Like there's... trying to think, there was one raid that I participated in where like each character got separated into like a separate, like, different path. But we had to like hit different switches while fighting off enemies to open the path for each other. So there's coordination, and I didn't show it off. There's like in-game chat, both voice and text, as well as emotes. For this one, if I remember correctly, this one is... So like I said, sometimes there are other game types other than the hack and slash beat 'em up. This is one of them. So there's like, we already saw like the shooter thing. Sometimes you get other stuff like this. This is almost like a bomberman. I'm gonna plant bombs. I'm gonna kick it. I don't know exactly what Ihomu is. I just know it's the thing in front of me. And of course, the thing they do, even though, like, I'm playing as this little Homu character, you choose a Valkyrie, and the stats of the character, like, will affect, say, in this one, the damage strength of the bomb. And so there's dumb shit like that on the edge of things that you could do. And I'm, like, this mission type that I just did doesn't actually cost stamina because it's like a bonus thing, but I can only do it like once a day, and you get like some specific materials out of stuff like that. In addition, like there's side story content, where you can learn about the specific characters a little bit more. There's a lot. And overall, I think it's probably the best mobile game. It's certainly better than Elder Scrolls Blades. It's, I would say, more worthwhile than Fallout Shelter, although it's maybe not as passive. Like, if you leave the game for a couple of days, it's gonna be kinda, like, you'll miss out some stuff. You'll be able to come back from it, but you will miss out. Armada. Clans. I haven't done anything or joined the clan yet. Oh, yay, I got 60 crystals just because it's a character's birthday in the game. So they do hand out stuff pretty well. Oh yeah, I didn't show this off. So I have Fuhua the Phoenix, right here front and center. You can choose any unlocked waifu to kind of greet you at the bridge. I think at the start it's like Kiana, and there's like a very uniquely Asian thing. Like, here, I'll put Callan for a moment. So there's a very, very uniquely, like, Asian thing. Like, you can get relationship swagger with the different Valkyries. It doesn't... Okay, so it plays into that little dormitory house builder thing that I showed earlier. It doesn't necessarily have any gameplay relevance, but, I mean, it's there. And people tend to like that, I guess. I don't know. I can't see into the mind of guys, so... Not gonna... Have Fuhua there, and I think I said earlier... Okay, I'm gonna do this from over here. I said earlier, that's not a default costume. They just had a recent event where you could unlock a couple of costumes for her for free. Well, not for free, you had to play the event. But you didn't have to spend money to get them. This is what Phoenix looks like normally. Here we got this more night-inspired costume. I obviously stuck with that one because I think it looks cool as fuck. I can't really think of anything more to say other than I think this game is worth downloading. You can download it for free. It's on Android, it's on iOS. Obviously, I might be a little bit because, like, I'm level 68 already. I've got a lot of stuff. I've been playing it for a while. But there's a reason I've been playing it for a while. Because I think it's really good. That only took about an hour. Okay, so that was a really quickie, I guess. I'll keep playing it for a little bit longer so you can see. I never showed off. Okay, Quickie's not done yet, so I didn't show off like equipping and like leveling up the Valkyries. And this is another thing where like there's a time investment. So like we have weapons here. There's usually like a recommended. You know, this is good equipment for, like, if you're starting out, this is some easy to get stuff. And they have their, oh, this is harder to get. So there's weapons. Each character has a unique weapon type that they use. All the Fuhua uses, gauntlets, beat 'em up fist stuff. The different versions have different like specific gauntlets that complement them better. Like the one I have on Phoenix here, because Phoenix does a lot of fire damage. This one here it has a percent chance of doing more fire damage per hit. So it's like building up that elemental damage. This one's fully leveled up. I showed it off a little bit earlier. You gotta spend resources. And so leveling up some weapons, especially the higher level ones, is an investment. They also have, they call them stigmata, which I guess they're supposed to be like spirits of other characters or something. Right now I have Fuhua with her top recommended. I have a lot here. but like weapons and... Okay, so Valkyries and Stigmata specifically are most frequently gotten out of the gachas. You can get a few for free, like a few varieties for free through doing missions and stuff. And you might have to, once again, if you can get a part from a mission, you'll have to grind it out for a bit, because there is like a crafting component. You see different upgrade parts to the Valkyries, but they also have like parts for Stigmata. I'm trying to find where it is. I might not have any at the moment, or they're mixed in and I just can't find them. They have parts for Stigmata, so you have to like assemble some and then you can unlock a Stigmata to use. There's also... Oh no, because it's Foundry. That's right, because they moved it all over here. So you can see there's a lot of... You collect certain materials and there's ways to unlock them. You can do this with Stigmata for the different slots. But as you can see, like, some of the lower ones use this more common cube-looking thing. But there's this other stuff that I only have like 65 and they require 100. Some of these more powerful Stigmatas. Oh, I have a... Probably... What is she do? And they offer statistical bonuses, like this one offers a bonus to HP and defense. And that's only at like rank 1. Levels up. This one could be up to a 5-star, which means you'd have to level it up 3 times. They all have cool artwork to them, I will say. If there's one thing this game does, is the style of their characters. And this one's HP, defense, and crit. Usually it's... one's offensive, one's defensive, the other one's kind of an all-rounder. And you put 3, and I'm using this one specifically because I have 3 of the same type. Some of them have, like, set bonuses. You don't always need the set bonus for a character, but in most cases it's better to have the set bonus. And then also, you can refine... Yo, Melman, thank you for the host. You can refine them to, like, get a... I guess I would say it's like the ribbons in Warframe. You refine it, and you can get, like, an additional bonus for that, that specific Stigmata. So, like, this one, I rolled it, and anyone with this specific one on will get, like, a little bit of extra crit damage. The other thing... It's not really a skill tree so much. But there's like... I guess it's a little bit of a tree. You can upgrade. You spend skill points as the character levels up. You also spend gold. And it's just, it makes their base, like, abilities stronger. Like this one, Cuckoo Cry. So, the last hit of a couple of combos, it'll do, like, bonus fire damage. And it scales when her, like, meter goes up. And you can see it's just making those numbers higher each time. Which is, you know... There's skill progression for each of the Valkyries. In addition to, like, the stuff you equip on them. I just have a lot of resources, so I'm going to go ahead and max out what she can do. Also, she's not necessarily at the highest level. Usually, the costs go up the more you, the higher level the character gets. That's good. As you can see here, some of the skills, they've got an emblem on them. Because when you rank up the character, by getting more upgrade parts, which are the little... The, like, fragments here you see. When you hit get, these are how you can get them. But when you get more of those fragments and you rank them up, like, for this one, she would turn from an S rank to a double S rank. More stuff in the skill tree would unlock. So, like, if I go back over here, Crucible which is when she's maxed out at triple S. That's a really potent skill. Like, straight up, the end of her combos stun enemies. Which, like, stunning enemies in a game like this is pretty OP. Just getting her up to double S, she gets the ability to make everyone on the team attack faster. And if they're psychic type characters, they, most of their attacks will do 32%, like, extra total damage. And I guess that brings me to a little bit of, like, strategy. So, if we go over here, you see, like, they recommend combinations. Because, like, there's some strategic involvement with choosing different, like, teams of 3. Like here, Fu Hua and Flame Sakimata. Put them together because they both do a lot of fire damage, and, like, one will boost the fire output of the other one boosts the, actually, I think that's why you would use her, because, Phoenix boosts the fire damage that Flame Sakamata can do. Blood Rose, because, yeah, it says here, Phoenix can trigger Blood Rose's QTE. Her swap attack, basically. I think I've kind of gone over the breadth of the game. I know it was a lot, and I know I kind of jumped around. So I guess for the next hour, actually before I go to the next hour, I think I'll spend all that crystal on gacha. But, is there anything, while I have some stamina, is there anything anyone wants to see, like, clarified about this game? I'll go ahead and do the gacha while people take their time to respawn. I guess. $28,000 for 10 loot boxes, fine. It's all waifu. There are guys in the game. None of them are playable. They're all NPCs. Scarlet Fuchsia, I have her already, so when you get a full character card, it usually just transfers to, upgrade points for that character. So I didn't get anything too terribly exciting out of this. But, you know, that's the downside of having a gacha-based system. Sometimes you get lucky. I got Rita Wasp. I got Argent Knight out of a gacha back when she was, like, first debuted, like, this Argent Knight outfit. I was happy for that. How much do I need for Scarlet Fuchsia?
话说，修伯利安本来的舰长可是我哟。
Ah, that actually brings me really close to having the ability to level her to S rank. Yeah, there are guys. Let me see if I can bring up the encyclopedia. I don't know if it has, character in... There are guys. There's male voice acting. There are male character models. There's just not any... Like, there's not any playable guys. Another event cutscene already. Okay, so I'm gonna go into this event a little bit. This is the side story to the quick look. So there's this event going on. It's called Honkai Kingdoms, and sometimes they do really cool little event stuff like this. So there's a map. There's 3 kingdoms. Like you wake up one day and you're in a kingdom, and the vodka girls, the blue and pink character, they like wake you up and you gotta go on some quest related to the kingdom. So the kingdom I woke up in is this red one, Embria, and let's just say they have a political system based off of being a musical superstar, and so the pink and blue character, I forget their names, they wanna like become the biggest superstar. It's a long thing, but it's dumb, it's silly, and I think so. The main story takes itself pretty seriously, but a lot of the side content, they're not afraid to do dumb shit, and I like that about like their writing staff, I guess. Like, who would think a freaking like political system based off of, oh, our like leader is a Tokyo idol, basically.
任务完成，让您久等了。
I can show off a little bit of... They do have one fun thing with the... They do have one fun thing in this mode, though, in which... We'll wait for it to connect. So it's got a co-op kind of style to it. And once again, this is a PvP event, so like, you're not fighting other people, but the 3 kingdoms are populated by different players, and all the different points on the map are being fought over for a limited time. And it's just like a correlation of score and who takes over what nodes when. Fuck, they have Herrscher of the Void, someone I want. I'm ready. Yeah, it's a boss fight, and we're playing as these little... It's the yellow one this time. I think they're called Tomus. They have some shit like this as well. It's co-op, but it's like different. One of the attacks this little guy does, he literally just bounces into them. And this dragon's just, like a story boss. So here's one thing I would add. Not necessarily for now, but for later. Like, would people be interested in, like, seeing me do a full story playthrough of this game? Which would take a while. It would take a long while. And it would be incomplete because, like, obviously the story is, like, only up to, like, chapter 10. So it's still ongoing, which is important for a live game, I guess. Is there... No, they have cutscene. I can't play any of that cutscene. No. Gets a little inane here and there, but there are points. I'll put it this way, I could do like a season 1 story, which season 1, I'm using air quotes with that. Season 1 basically runs from chapter 1 up to the end of chapter 9 here. YouTube it. But then you wouldn't get me doing color commentary and talking about how much I hate Kiana and Branya. Branya's okay, I just hate her place. This arena thing is also another, like, chance to earn... We get a lot of ancient willpower items from this, so it's another way to earn without having to earn stuff without having to spend like cash money. I already put Argonite, whatever.
舰长，遵从你的命令。
So,
要执行新任
I guess what?
女武生牙医。
At the very least, I'll probably be doing more content of this game, at least. Because most days I find myself playing at least an hour of the game. So I could probably bounce between this and other stuff in a, in like a variety stream, maybe. So the thing I like about the Memorial Arena, it's all bosses, all the time. So the bosses scale up every time you defeat them. Right now I'm fighting like a rank C, which is like bitch baby weak.
无论前方有多少险阻，他都会迎难而上。
Yes, that character is using a tuna fish. So they had an event. Let me go back. They had an event not too long ago. You could earn a tuna fish as a sword for katana users. And it's actually pretty statistically decent. Here you see it's got the weapon skill, Undying Saltiness. Gain more total damage multiplier at lower HP. So it's... I don't know, it's a funny weapon. You know, they have dumb shit like that. Smack him with a fish. And so here, going into it now, it's gonna be a little bit harder. I should still be able to wipe it pretty quick.
Yes， 舰长，下一个目标是什么？
I kind of wish this game had controller support. That's the one thing I will say. Even if you have a Bluetooth controller, You still gotta use touchscreen controls. I'm not sure why they didn't factor in support for that. But it's whatever, I guess. The game still... The game feels fine to play. The controls are, for what they are on the touchscreen, very responsive, and I usually don't find myself getting confused with, like, oh, I meant to run in such and such a direction instead, or target such a thing. And they do have... I guess I should show off the options menu before I finish anything. So here, options menu, different sound. You can see they have only voice options for Japanese or Chinese. I'm favoring Chinese. Is the level of options for image quality, contrast settings. You can toggle on or off notifications. Actually have notifications turned off for this game at a, like, phone system level, so I don't actually get any notifications even if those are on. Real-time weather. That's only for the cabin. Lock-on method, I have it set to free. But, you know, you've got different options. Different language here. There's Japanese, then English, French, and German. Always have damage numbers on. And actually, yeah, I have it hidden for teammates, though. Could turn that on. Ultra-wide compatible. So if you happen to have one of those fancy Samsung phones, you could use the ultra-wide component of it. I don't know, it's kind of a thing. I like showing off options menus. What else here? There's a manga associated. I didn't actually mean to click it, but there's a web manga. I haven't actually read any of it yet. Probably because it's a manga, so why? A database where you can learn about the different characters, some of their backstories. Also gonna show off. So I showed off what, like, crystals cost and what the loot boxes cost. But, like, if we look at the bundles, right, they added this B-chip thing. B-chips, which they have roughly the same price as crystals, but words. B-chips, they cost about the same as crystals, but you can see, like, the new costume for Argent Knight. That's like almost $15, I think. Like $25. Yeah, that's a little bit closer to like $25. So some of the costs here and there are like, they're annoying, I would say, as far as costumes and cosmetics though. The one thing I will say that's nice about this game, there are a lot of internal ads for, like, oh, this is the Honkai event going on, Honkai Kingdoms, or New Valkyrie's out. They don't have pop-up ads for other games and other shit in it, which I know a lot of free-to-play games do. Here's looking at you, every mobile game that came out of Sega. And so that's something I can really respect out of this. And it's, like, in a number of reasons why I think I could recommend this as a mobile game in a way I can't recommend a lot of a lot of other just games in the same mobile space. Go ahead and play a few more missions, and then I think we'll call it for this stream today.
还是找不到进去的方法，这下就有点难办了呀。
我们在 M1 社周围待的时间太久了，如果继续这样下去，很可能会被逆商的部队察觉。暂时先撤退吧。
不行，怎么能够就这样回去？我不回去，就算只有我一个人，我也要去救牙医。提安娜讲，太冲动的话，什么事都会做不好的哦。提安娜笨蛋，不要冲动。Bronya，是你吗 ？M1 社的守卫十分严密，不过 Bronya 会带你们进去。太好了，我们正在犯愁怎么潜入进去呢。
等等，我们不能相信他。之前就是因为他被控制了，亚伊才会被抓走。而且为什么会在这个时间节点来找我们？
姬子少校，请相信 Bronya 吧。无论如何 ，Bronya 都想要妻子。我觉得 Bronya 的语气不像是被控制了的样子，而且 Bronya 一定比我们更想去救牙医。真拿你们没办法，反正大家都有舍命陪君子的决心，那么就冒一次险吧。那么，你们赶快到大楼的 C7 通道口吧。
Gotchas! You gotta use gotchas for both of those, unfortunately. Then again, they're powerful enough to warrant it. I still don't have Gatiana or Dark Bronya unlocked.
回收完成。
Granted,
不足
I
挂齿。
don't actually know how Dark Bronya plays, but Bronya is like my least favorite playstyle in this game. My favorite's Rita. I like my psych user.
回收完成。
But Argent Knight, kind of broken. That damage boost she gets off of hypothermia. Oh yeah, this is something I forgot to talk about. So, there's a friend system in this game. And during some missions, when you have to encounter a boss, it'll like your friend will come in and be like their character will be AI controlled. I hope everyone got to enjoy that little bit of the panty shot that happened there.
今天的任务很轻松嘛，我们该启程了。
So, I know exactly what I'm gonna end off on. And I think it's an intriguing moment, even though it's like a bit of a spoiler. I don't think... Maybe that's it. Is this the one? This is the one. I'm gonna play this mission, show off the story a bit here, because this is a pretty significant... I think this is, like, a couple missions before this is when I really became hooked into the story. More than just like, oh, I can get free crystals. Also, because it probably has the best song, second best song. It's one of those weird points, though. But like I said, some of the... It's a little weird because sometimes they don't have the voice acting. And I think it's because we get, like, from the Japanese release of the game, not the original Chinese. It's weird. I was gonna say up front, I might lose this fight because this fight's actually hard. Gotta say, this set of chapters kind of cemented me not liking Kiana as a character. This boss fight music, though. And also I get to show off another character that's like more range that I still don't have unlocked. Like, this game has high points. It has really, I'd say, strong high points. Even though I'm about to fucking die here again, because I'm bad at this boss fight. Not my ultimate. I don't think it heals me at all, though. And like, of course, this is the point in the story where I said, like, the big quality spike happens, where they stop, like, where they start kind of telling a narrative based around specific characters in specific moments. And, like, in this instance, I don't have the character that I'm playing as unlocked, but they're letting me use it for the purpose of story. Fuck, stop dodging. And like, it's very noticeable. I'm not gonna, okay. So there's some events later on, story bits. Actually fucking made me cry, which is more than I can say out of any other mobile game in existence right now. Just sad moments. And like, even though it's not like multi-button combos like, say something like a Bayonetta has, I still have to focus enough on like timing my dodges and timing my attacks and learning the boss pattern that it's still quite a challenge. And that's not even like factoring in... Fuck, I died. That's not even factoring in that, like, there's, like, legit hard versions of each of the levels, as well as, like, an extra hard version as well. And I died, because I'm bad at that boss fight. So, this game has a lot going for it. It's pretty much the only mobile game I think I can safely recommend that with, like, most of my integrity intact still. I mean, there's this, and then of course there's the best game ever made, Wiz Khalifa's Weed Farm, but I died. This game's not, this isn't a Wiz Khalifa's Weed Farm quick look. This is the Honkai Impact 3rd quick look. You can get it on the Play Store, on iOS. Yes, it's from China, but I think that helps set it apart from really anything else coming out of, like, Asia at the moment, like Japanese or whatnot. And it's a game I think that's good. Maybe, like, I don't know, you guys let me know if you think you'll pick this game up or not. Maybe I could start, a nice little, you know, we could start, put this here, say, DIGGLSQUEE. Maybe? Maybe? I don't know. So, yeah, Nias, I would say, I wouldn't necessarily say it's pay to win, but there's a lot of gacha and loot box, and like, if you don't get lucky early on getting, say... So I've had a lot of... I've had some good luck with this game in the past. I've got Argent Knight, which you can't... There's no normal way to get her at the moment. You can only get her out of the loot boxes. So... if you don't either grind your ass off and level up, say, one of these characters over here, like if you don't level up Yenshin Miko, who is one that you can get fairly easily but starts off low level, if you don't grind the fuck out of her to get, like, now in order to get her to triple S, I need 600. Then, yeah, you might have a little bit more of a rough time later on. You mean rates for drops or rates for crystals? Because they do... If you go over here to the loot boxes, they do... I mean, they show the list of who drops, and they go into the percentages. Probability details. You know, they show the percentages of what the different character drops are. Which is more... It's why I think I'm okay with the loot boxes in this game as opposed to, like, say, the ones in Anthem, the ones in Blades, the ones in Call of Duty. And part of that is because this is you know, this game was made in China, and legally they have to, like, disclose all this in order to be able to put that game out there. It's one of the weird things where China's more strict. Or not more strict, but, like, they have better regulation for that than pretty much America or any of the other countries. So that's, like, a net benefit. It does get a little bit... I wouldn't say necessarily pay to win, but it gets grindier towards the late game. But I also found that, like, if you're willing to put in the grind, you can get more than enough crystals. Like, you can see the rates to buy crystals here. In the year that I've been playing, I haven't spent a single cent on this. Because I've been able to earn enough through, like, their events. There's stuff like the Dirac Sea here, which it's PvP. It's, like, competitive. It's not, like, versus. It's more, like, leaderboards. But, like, there's stuff like that that you can earn... Okay, let me go back. I can go... Yeah, like this one... You know, at the level that I'm at, I can earn, like, 350 per rotation of, like, this event. And it's an event you can play freely. Obviously, like, the strength of your Valkyries will dictate how well you do. But, like, even if you're not in, like, this top 10, you still get, like, 250 out of it. So, I mean, there are ways you can continue to play this game for free without having to spend money on it. It's just a matter of effort. And I don't know. It's a game that's been keeping me busy now and again between, like, the downtimes in Warframe and new releases and stuff. And I wanted to, you know, share it with all of you. Put up my opinions. Kind of, you know, say... It's probably the only mobile game I think I have had fun without being a hassle. And I can recommend it. You know, check it out. Maybe it's not your thing. Maybe you don't like stamina as a mechanic, just in anything. So, just my thoughts, my recommendation. I think it's good. I think it's worth downloading. I didn't mean to click that. And yes, I'm iPie. Hello, nice to meet you. I think that's gonna be it for this stream today. I would have liked to have streamed longer, but I figured this would be a quick look. I've got, you know, other stuff that I've got to deal with today. So I want to just kind of get this in while I could. If you liked what you see here, you can always, you know, hit the follow button, or if you're feeling really generous, help support the channel, you can hit the subscribe button there too. Anything to help keep the channel going. I'm trying to think. Announcements for upcoming. This weekend, so they teased out Gears 5, showed off some stuff during E3, and a lot of people that I spoke to, at least in the circle of people that usually pop into this stream, don't necessarily keep up with Gears. So I'm happy to announce this weekend I'm going to start a Gears of War 4 story and campaign playthrough. I'm starting it on Saturday. It's gonna be a long play. I don't know how many days it's gonna take. It might take 2 or 3. But yeah, everyone tune in for that. It's gonna be fun. Gears of War. PC version. Specifically PC version. Because it's prettier. And with that, I hope you all have a good rest of the day. And yeah, stay cool. Stick around after the show. I want to see I'll be reading someone. I don't know. I'll look it up and I'll let you know. So just you know, pay attention real quick.
Hi, I'm Ralph Roberts, One Video Productions here in Alexander, North Carolina, near Asheville in the beautiful Blue Ridge Mountains. You gotta really be careful when you're setting up for video shoots. You gotta have a camera, you gotta have tape, you gotta watch out for space parrots. I'm not kidding. You can, oh my goodness. Well, yep, that took care of him.
Luigi. When I'm with you, all I get is Luigi.
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me.
Art, I don't want to alarm you, but...
You think he wants me to put the hurt on him?
Yes, I do.
Holy, look at all this damage! And we're gonna repair it using Flex Shot.
Alright, I'm gonna have you